Hello everyone, a very good evening to all of you. I hope I'm audible, I hope I'm visible. How are you all guys? A very good evening to all of you. Good evening Bhakti. Thanks for confirming. Okay guys, let's start the session quickly. So this is the MCQ session on the finance current affairs. So yesterday we have discussed about a lot of finance current affairs, and today we'll be doing MCQs related to those finance current affairs. Okay. So guys, if you are preparing for for RBI Grade B examination, you can check out Oliveboard's course. You can download our application to get all the PDF sections, and you can start practicing the previous year questions as well. All the previous year question related videos are also there on the YouTube channel, right? So guys, if you do have any query, definitely you can reach out to me on the comment section. Plus you can also reach out to me on Telegram. This is my username. Okay, definitely if you do have any query, you can always drop me. I'll be happy to solve them as well, right? That's my username. Okay, first question for today. A very good evening Chetan. Okay, first question for today. Asset composition gives the insight into RBI's preference for domestic versus foreign instruments and the performance of each category. Which asset class within the RBI's asset composition recorded the highest surge at 52.09% in financial year 2025? Which asset class within RBI's asset composition recorded a highest surge at 52.09% in financial year 2025? Yes, Chetan, Aditya, Aditi. That's the correct answer. Gold holdings, right? Gold holdings is the correct choice. Very good. Next question. In India, various bodies collaborate to strengthen the financial stability and economic growth. These institutions bring together top regulatory and policy-making officials to draft the key strategic papers that influence the national financial governance. Which body headed by the finance minister is currently finalizing the key financial paper on crypto norms that are yet to be released by the next week? Right? So we are standing at a crucial moment. India is yet to release the crypto related norms by next week. So most probably we'll be covering that in our next week's finance current affairs series. Yes, ये confusing options है, right? B is the correct choice here. Financial Stability and Development Council, FSDC. Okay, so always try to remember the full form as well as short form. So definitely it will help. कौन से मंथ का है ये यार? ये वीकली चलता है. ओके, वीकली चलता है. सो कल हमने पूरे पिछले वीक का डिस्कशन किया था, राइट? पूरे वीक का हमने 29 से लेके 5th ऑफ जून तक का हमने डिस्कशन किया था, तो ये वीकली सीरीज चलती है, उसी पे ही हम क्या करते हैं, एमसीक्यू सॉल्व करते हैं, राइट कुणाल? परफेक्ट। वो तो एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता, मैंने एग्जिस्ट करवाया कंफ्यूज करने के लिए, बाकी सही कह रहे हो तुम, एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता। Contact details of my coaching. Okay, so just give me a second now. So it's already there, Koshi, it's already there in the description section. When you will go to description section of this video, you will get the number. Okay, it's already written, the number is 76760 22222. Okay, the contact number here is 76760 5 bar 2. ठीक है, this is the contact number. This is already being there written on the description, okay, of this particular video. चलो आगे कंटिन्यू करते हैं. Next question is, in secured lending the regulators impose limits on how much credit can be extended against the value as a collateral. A very simple question. These caps are meant to mitigate the over lending risk and maintain the financial prudence, especially in the volatile assets like gold. As per the RBI's proposal, what is the standardized cap on the loan to value ratio for all the gold loans across banks and NBFCs? बहुत ही सिंपल है ना, बहुत ही सिंपल, बहुत ही स्ट्रेट, और सब लोगों को पार्टिसिपेट करना है. सो आई रिक्वेस्ट एवरीवन टू प्लीज पार्टिसिपेट. द करेक्ट आंसर हियर इज वेरी गुड, 75%. ऑप्शन डी इज द करेक्ट चॉइस हियर. ओके, नेक्स्ट, policy changes especially in lending practices often come with a future implementation date to give the financial institution time to adopt their systems and processes accordingly. By when has the finance ministry recommended deferring the implementation of the new gold loan guidelines? So finance ministry has recommended deferring the implementation of these guidelines. So what will be the new timeline? What will be the new timeline? देखो, डेफरमेंट की बात करी है तो अभी इससे पहले की, आज से पहले की डेट तो हो ही नहीं सकती है, राइट? द डेट कैन नॉट बी बिफोर टुडेज डेट, तो सारी आगे की डेट ही बची है ना. The correct choice here is 1st January 2026. So the finance ministry has suggested to defer it till 1st January 2026 और नए कैलेंडर ईयर से इसको अप्लाई किया जाए. ओके, नेक्स्ट, India's growing cities require massive investment to keep pace with the rapid urbanization and economic growth. Which global institution committed the $10 billion over 5 years to boost India's urban infrastructure? Again a direct question. Yes, Asian Development Bank, ADB, right? ADB has committed $10 billion over the next 5 years to boost the India's urban infrastructure. Okay, to ease the compliance for small ticket borrowers, the regulatory guidelines often include exemptions or relaxation for loans below a certain threshold. As per the proposal, gold loans below what amount are exempted from certain provisions of their new guidelines? कितनी लिमिट तक एग्जेम्पशन का अमाउंट देने का प्रपोजल रखा है फॉर गोल्ड लिमिट्स? The correct choice is 2 lakh rupees. Okay, 2 lakh rupees is the correct choice. They have proposed a limit of 2 lakh rupee कि 2 लाख रुपए तक यहाँ पे exemption दिया जाए from this particular regulation. Okay, next, Bullet repayments, where both principal and interest are repaid at the end of the tenure, can increase the repayment risk. Hence, the regulator may cap their tenure for certain purposes. What is the maximum proposed tenure for bullet repayment for gold loans taken for consumption purpose? 12 months, 9 months, 6 months, 24 months, or 18 months? Everyone in the comment section. I would like to hear everyone's opinion on this. Correct choice here is, guys, 12 months. Okay, option A is correct, 12 months. Next, to promote infrastructure development, the long-term institutional investors often acquire shares in the infrastructure trust backed by public assets and toll revenues. SBI Life and Vidyaniti LLP recently acquired 4.25% stake in which of the infrastructure trust? That's easy, right? National Highway Trust, Infra Trust, right? ये NHAI का ही controlled entity है, right? Next, every year Reserve Bank of India publishes a detailed report that reflects the scale and changes in the monetary activity such as assets, economic interventions. What was the year-on-year increase in the RBI's balance sheet size for the financial year 2025? Those who have attended the annual report wala session can also easily answer this, right? That's a straight and an easy question. (8.2%), right? Option D, 8.2% is the correct choice here. Acha, what about the size of the balance sheet? What was the total asset size, or even I can write the total balance sheet size? We can write here total asset size, or we can also write here total balance sheet size. Both are same only. Both are same only, right? Total asset side पूछे, total balance sheet size पूछे, both are same. The correct choice here is option A, 76.25 lakh crore. That's the size of the balance sheet of RBI for financial year 2025. Next, RBI's income growth indicates trend in the earning from foreign exchange operations, domestic bond investments, and lending to banks. By how much did RBI's total income grow in financial year 2025 year-on-year basis? Here we are discussing about the RBI's total income. We can also call it as revenue. The correct choice here is option C, 22.77%. Okay, 22.77%. Yes, Chetan, we can also call it as turnover. अच्छा, total income के नाम बता देता हूँ. Total income, sales, revenue and turnover. ये सब सेम चीज है. All are same only. अच्छा, do remember total income is not equal to net income. Do remember this difference. Net income means profit after tax and total income means these terminologies. Okay, do remember this thing. This will be really very helpful in the ratio analysis part of your syllabus, right? So please do remember, in the examination we misinterpret as the total income. That's net income. It's completely different thing as compared to the total income, right? And we have discussed it multiple times in the sessions. Next, Recovery of loans is being streamlined through shared technological infrastructure among the banks. Public sector banks are setting up a common debt collection platform worth 5 crore. Which loan categories will this platform target? Retail and agriculture loans, option A. Option B, retail and housing loans. Option C, MSME loans and agriculture loans. Option D, retail and MSME loans, or option E, all of the above. The correct choice here is, guys, retail and MSME loans, right? That's the primary target of this particular initiative, right? And the amount is 5 crore, do remember, and 5 public sector banks were involved. 5 public sector banks were involved, right? Can you guys name them? पांच ही थे ना, right? 5 are there. PNB Bank, BOB Bank, very good. SBI Bank, Union Bank, and yes, Canara Bank, very good. ठीक है, अच्छा एक बार लिस्ट चेक कर लेना. मैं 99% कंफर्म हूं कि ये सही है, फिर भी एक बार चेक कर लेना है ना. आई एम 99.99% श्योर कि ये लिस्ट सही है. स्टिल 0.01% है ना. यस, इंस्पायर्ड बाय NARCL, वेरी गुड. To ensure the external stability, central banks maintain a sizable portion of their assets in the foreign exchange reserves. What percentage of RBI's total assets were composed of foreign exchange reserves in financial year 2025? What percentage of RBI's total assets were composed of foreign exchange reserves in financial year 2025? We all know that foreign exchange reserves were the major part of RBI's total asset. देखो बी लिखना पड़ेगा, बी शायद करके तो कोई ऑप्शन है ही नहीं, ठीक है, लिखना तो बी पड़ेगा. अगर बी बोल रहे हो तो बी लिखना पड़ेगा. यस, बी इज द करेक्ट चॉइस. वेरी गुड चेतन. 74.3%, okay, 74.3% was the composition of foreign exchange reserves in financial year 2025. The total assets का 74.3%. Next, the digital currencies are becoming a central focus for central banks worldwide, offering a modern alternative to physical currencies with better traceability and efficiency. How much did the value of e-rupee in circulation grow in financial year 2025? Yes, the correct choice here is option E, 334%. Okay, that's correct. Very good. With climate change emerging as a key economic risk, regulatory authorities are introducing tools to assess and mitigate related financial vulnerabilities. What system has RBI launched to address the risk arising from climate changes? What system has RBI launched to address risk arising from climate changes? Correct choice here is option D. Okay, very good. Option D, Reserve Bank Climate Risk Information System, RBI CRIS, Climate Risk Information System. Okay, do remember this is important. To manage climate related financial threats, it is essential to capture and analyze the data across multiple dimensions of environmental risk. RBI CRIS focuses on standardizing data in which of the three critical areas? अच्छा, भक्ति और मनीष ने पहले ही जज कर लिया. ओके, सो एक रिस्पॉन्स आया ऑप्शन ए. Bhakti is saying A, Chetan is saying A, Atiti is saying A. Okay. Any other opinion? Anyone? The correct answer is A, only physical risk, transition risk and carbon emission. Okay, very good. Next. Quarterly GDP growth reflects the short-term strength of economic activities, influenced by tax collections, manufacturing output and consumer spending. What was India's GDP growth rate for quarter 4 of financial year 2025? India's GDP growth rate Q4 2025. .4, right? 7.4 is the correct choice. Very good. Annual GDP growth is critical benchmark for assessing the health and trajectory of a country's economy. What was the India's GDP growth rate for full financial year 2025? Again a simple question, direct question. पूरे साल की क्या ग्रोथ रेट थी? Yes, 6.5. और बढ़िया बात यह है कि जो आगे की एक्सपेक्टेशन आ रही है, the expected growth rate of financial year 2026 is again the same, only 6.5%. तो इस बार याद रखने का ज्यादा नीड नहीं पड़ेगा. ओके, ठीक है. Yes. The fiscal deficit measured as a percentage of GDP is a key indicator of a government's borrowing needs and financial discipline. What was the India's government's fiscal deficit as a percentage of GDP in financial year 2025? What was the Indian government's fiscal deficit as a percentage of GDP in financial year 2025? अभी तक से 2 ऑप्शंस आए, ठीक है, 3 आए. ओके, 4.77, 4.77, 4.77. लॉक कर दें ऑप्शन ए को. 4.77 is the correct choice. Okay, A is the correct choice here. Very good. Next. India's tech ecosystem is increasingly being shaped by the global collaboration aiming to drive innovation, particularly in AI and cloud computing. Which two companies recently partnered to accelerate AI innovation in India? Direct question. सिर्फ न्यूज की हेडलाइन पे बना हुआ क्वेश्चन, राइट? यस, ऑप्शन बी. ऑप्शन बी इज करेक्ट. Changes in currency circulation indicates a shift in public preference for cash, digital payments, and response to policy measures like demonetization. By what percentage did currency circulation increase in financial year 2025? By what percentage did currency circulation increase in financial year 2025? Option C, 5.8%. Okay, 5.8% is the correct choice, guys. Very good. 5.8%. Okay. Next, RBI's digital currency pilots are conducted in different sectors with different types of institutions to test their real world applicability. Which entity was newly introduced in the wholesale CBDC pilot program? A very important question for your examination. We have discussed this earlier as well. I think annual report के time पे भी we have discussed, right? Standalone primary dealers. Okay, option E. Next, while digital payments have generally been rising, some of the months may record dip due to outages or reduced transactions. By what percentage? By what percentage did the total value of digital payments increased in a recent period in financial year 2025? Yes, Chetan. That was from previous to previous session, right? So because the news related to annual report was falling in this week, so that's why I have framed some of the questions from that as well. By what percentage did the total value of digital payments increased in a recent period in 2025? The correct choice is 17.9%. आज सब अच्छे से डेटा याद करके आए, क्या बात है, very nice. Next, the growth in the credit to the commercial sector reflects economic demand, liquidity and risk appetite of financial institution. What was the bank credit growth to commercial sector in 2025? Bank's credit growth to commercial sector in financial year 2025. The correct choice here is 11.8%. Okay, option E. Option E is the correct choice here. Very good, Aditi. Option E. Okay, Aditi and Manish. Perfect. Next, FDI inflows provide crucial capital for long-term growth and reflects the global confidence in countries' economic potential. What was the total foreign direct investment inflows in India in financial year 2025? Again, a direct question from the annual report as well. $81 billion है ना, $81 billion. ठीक है. Yes. In financial markets, the regulators often impose position limits to reduce the speculation and systemic risk. Particularly in index options and futures, what is the net end of the day position limit for index options under the adjusted position limit framework? What is the net end of the day EOD position limit for index options under the adjusted position limit framework? 1500 crore. Yes, 1500 crore is the correct choice here. Option C. Okay, option C is the correct choice here. 1500 crore. To maintain balanced derivatives market, to a balanced derivative market, the gross position limits are enforced to prevent excessive speculation. What is the maximum allowed gross long and gross short position for index options as per the new SEBI guidelines? $10,000 crore. Okay, very good. Option E, 10,000 crore. Next, market regulators may rise or lower the position limits depending on trading activity and risk appetite. What is the revised gross option position limit according to the new SEBI norms? What is the revised gross option position limit according to the new SEBI norms? That's 100 billion only, right? 100 billion only. Right? 100 billion is equal to 10,000 crore. Yes, Chetan. Position limit in derivative trading helps align the exposures with underlying capital, thus preventing outsized risk. What is the new net option position limit? What is the new net option position limit? तो ये बिलियंस और करोड़ वाला चीज ध्यान में रखना आप, है ना? यस, बिलियंस और करोड़ के अंदर कंफ्यूज मत होना एग्जाम के अंदर. ओके, अच्छा, बिटवीन विच डेट्स विल द न्यू सेबी डेरिवेटिव रिलेटेड रेगुलेशन विल बी इंप्लीमेंटेड? Between which dates the new SEBI related derivative regulations will be implemented? Yes, Chetan, there is a separate video related to this topic. Okay, let me just forward you the link as well, guys. Okay, that's a complex topic, right? So I'll prefer that you guys please do watch it, because a lot of SEBI related circulars are coming in your examination as well. Okay, so I have forwarded the link in the comment section. Later on you can definitely check out this as well, right? And don't go into too much details of this particular circular. उतना ही पार्ट करना जितना मैंने कराया है, उससे ज़्यादा don't go into too much details, otherwise it will waste your time, right? The correct choice here is option C, 1st July to 6th December 2025. Okay. Right? Derivative markets use specific metric to check the activity and exposure of the traders, and one of them is the open interest. What does the open interest represent? So what do you guys mean by open interest? We have discussed in yesterday's session as well related to finance current affairs. That derivative circular I have briefed it yesterday as well. You need to watch the detailed video for sure. Open contracts in the market, right? Open unsettled contracts in the market. Option D is correct here. Option D is correct, right? Perfect. Option D. Next, options are sensitive to changes and their pricing depends on various risk metric. What does delta measure in the context of option pricing? What is the delta measure in the context of option pricing? डेल्टा क्या मेजर करता है? ठीक है, वो वाली डेफिनेशन बिल्कुल मत देना जो मैंने तुम लोगों को कल बताई थी. ठीक है, दैट वाज अ इनफॉर्मल थिंग. एग्जाम में वो वाली डेफिनेशन नहीं आने वाली है. एग्जाम में इस तरह की डेफिनेशन आएगी. यस, द करेक्ट ऑप्शन हियर इज सेंसिटिविटी टू द अंडरलाइंग असेट प्राइस, राइट? सो आई एम हैविंग अ अंडरलाइंग असेट. there is a derivative instrument based on this underlying asset, right? डेरिवेटिव का सॉरी अंडरलाइंग असेट के मूड में चेंज आना, मतलब मूड मतलब प्राइस है यहाँ पे, ओके? अगर अंडरलाइंग असेट के मूवमेंट में चेंज आ रहा है, प्राइसेस में चेंज आ रहा है, देन व्हाट चेंज इज कमिंग इन द प्राइस ऑफ द डेरिवेटिव? दैट्स नथिंग बट डेल्टा, द सेंसिटिविटी टू द अंडरलाइंग प्राइस, राइट? परफेक्ट. नेक्स्ट, merely tracking the nominal value does not always show the true risk. A very important question for your examination. Adjusted measures help align the actual exposure. What metric does the SEBI use to track real directional exposure in equity options as per the latest circular? Very important for your examination. Acha, today was the result of Monetary Policy Committee as well, okay? So the statement given by the RBI governor was very beautiful. The lines mentioned were very great, okay? I'll be bringing a para-based question on those statement, the पूरा policy का statement, उस पे एक para-based question लेके आऊँगा, and most probably it's falling in your next week वाला current affair only. So most probably next Friday तक आपका वो para-based question आ जाएगा, right? And that is important for your examination again. तो अगला वाला session बिल्कुल मिस मत करना, okay? देखो कमेंट में उन्होंने बता भी दिया किस पे मैं पैराबेस क्वेश्चन पूछने वाला हूँ, 533, ठीक है? तो 533 को बहुत अच्छे से याद करना, 5/3/3, ओके? इट वॉज देयर इन द स्टेटमेंट ऑफ RBI गवर्नर, अ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग फॉर योर एग्जामिनेशन. जनरली क्या होता है, इस तरह के क्वेश्चन डायरेक्टली पैराग्राफ में इंक्लूड कर लेते हैं, ओके? दे कैन फॉर्म अ पैरा बेस्ड क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम दिस 533 एंड दे कैन आस्क यू सर्टेन थिंग्स रिलेटेड टू दैट 5, रिलेटेड टू दैट 3, related to that last वाला 3, okay? कितनी बार क्वेश्चन डायरेक्ट भी होगा, however in the para you can definitely, there are high chances that you can see this 533, okay? So the correct answer here is future equivalent open interest, okay? Option B, a very very important question from your examination. ये क्वेश्चन एग्जाम में आ सकता है और पता भी नहीं चलेगा लोगों को कि ये कहाँ से पूछा है, क्योंकि सब तो RBI सर्कुलर पढ़ने में बिजी है, सेबी सर्कुलर कोई पढ़ता ही नहीं है, एंड दे आर आस्किंग अ लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम सेबी सर्कुलर्स एज वेल. दिस इज अ क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम योर सेबी सर्कुलर, ओके? आई हैव कवर्ड इट ऑन यूट्यूब in the video section of Oliveboard. You can definitely go, there is a recorded video, there is a video which was played on Premiere related to this particular circular, okay? So do watch that please. To compare different options and futures, SEBI uses conversion mechanism for uniform risk assessment. Future equivalent OI is one of the type of adjusted measure that aligns various contract to a common unit. How this adjustment is being measured? How this adjustment is being done? By using what? Price based, risk based, delta adjusted, time weighted or margin based? How this adjustment is taking place? किसका एडजस्टमेंट करना है मुझे ओपन इंटरेस्ट में? डेल्टा का करना है, ओके? डेल्टा एडजस्टमेंट इज रिक्वायर्ड. सो द करेक्ट चॉइस हियर विल बी ऑप्शन सी, ओके? ऑप्शन सी. नेक्स्ट, to prevent excessive speculation, regulators place a limit on the overall exposure across all the stocks in the market. What does the MWPL stands for in the derivative trading regulation? What is MWPL? Again important. MWPL क्या चीज है? The correct choice here is option B, market wide position limit, okay? Market wide position limit, please do remember this thing, market wide position limit, okay? So the options are there to confuse you guys. Market wide position limit is the correct choice here, okay? Option B, please do remember this. Next, again important, To ensure market stability in the derivative markets, SEBI has defined specific thresholds that trigger a trading ban in the individual stocks. What percentage of MWPL usage triggers a ban period for stock derivatives? Acha, why this thing is important for your examination? Look, derivatives. This is in your syllabus, right? Plus, this is in SEBI circular. This is a part of SEBI circular. So ऐसी चीजें ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाती है एग्जामिनेशन के लिए. द करेक्ट चॉइस हियर इज, अच्छा अभी तक एक भी आंसर नहीं आया किसी का भी इस पे. 95, 90, 85, 98 और 100%, एक भी आंसर नहीं आया अभी तक किसी पे, किसी का भी. मुझे लगा ये वाला तो पूरे सर्कुलर में सबसे सिंपल है. अच्छा, दिस न्यूज वाज नॉट कवर्ड, पॉसिबली maybe I have covered this in that video that I was telling you guys, right? That SEBI circular video, so do watch it. RBI circular जितने इंपॉर्टेंट है उतने इंपॉर्टेंट आप लोगों के लिए SEBI circulars भी हैं. You can check the previous year question, guys. A lot of questions were there from the SEBI related circulars, right? 95 is the correct choice. Okay, 95 यहाँ पे correct choice है. हो सकता है मैंने कल के वीडियो में कवर नहीं किया हो, है ना. 2-3 दिन पहले एक वीडियो पोस्ट किया था रिलेटेड टू अ सेबी सर्कुलर ऑन डेरिवेटिव, इक्विटी डेरिवेटिव्स के ऊपर, उसमें कवर्ड था. टू एनहांस रेगुलेटरी ओवरसाइट, स्टॉक एक्सचेंज यूज मेट्रिक्स लाइक ADV to calculate the realistic provision limits. What does ADV stands for? शायद से ये भी कवर्ड ना हो तो मैं इसका आंसर बता देता हूं. इट्स एवरेज डेली डिलीवरी वॉल्यूम. ठीक है, एवरेज डेली डिलीवरी वॉल्यूम. अगेन दिस इज कवर्ड इन दैट पर्टिकुलर वीडियो ऑन द सेबी रिलेटेड सर्कुलर. प्लीज डू वॉच दैट वीडियो मे बी आफ्टर टुडेज क्लास, और यू कैन डू इट ऑन वीकेंड एज वेल बिकॉज इट्स हैवी. मैं नहीं चाहता अभी यहाँ पे रात को 9 बजे आप लोगों को हेडेक हो, तो डेफिनेटली आप उसको कल ही देखना है ना. अभी कोई भी गलती से भी मत देखना, थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लेक्स है. ओके, थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लेक्स है, फालतू में टेंशन हो जाएगा, लोगों को रात को नींद आना बंद हो जाएगी. ऐसा काम नहीं करता है. ठीक है, तो सैटरडे को देखना सुबह सुबह. ओके, एवरेज डेली डिलीवरी वॉल्यूम. अगला, द रेगुलेटर्स हैव रिवाइज्ड द वे MWPL इज कैलकुलेटेड टू बेटर रिफ्लेक्ट द मार्केट रियलिटीज एंड इंश्योर बैलेंस्ड पार्टिसिपेशन. व्हाट इज द न्यू MWPL formula effective from October 2025? What is the new formula? अभी देखो, जैसे ही सेबी रिलेटेड सर्कुलर पे मैं आया, तुम लोगों के आंसर्स आने बंद हो गए. ठीक है, तुम लोगों के आंसर्स आने बंद हो गए. रीसेंट ट्रेंड ये बोलता है कि आरबीआई सेबी रिलेटेड सर्कुलर ज्यादा पूछ रहा है. 2024 के अंदर बहुत ज्यादा पूछे गए थे, राइट? वी हैव डन द प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस एज वेल. सो अब आप लोगों को दिख रहा होगा कॉम्पिटिटिव एडवांटेज कहां पे है. दिस इज अ गेम ऑफ कॉम्पिटिशन, राइट? आरबीआई ग्रेड बी एग्जामिनेशन, सेबी ग्रेड ए एग्जामिनेशन, these are the competitive examinations, right? You need to compete with others, and now you can see where the competitive advantage is there. Everyone is reading RBI circular and everyone is also ignoring SEBI circulars. So at least read those circulars that I'm covering on YouTube for free, right? In paid class I'll be taking all the circulars for sure. However, as of now you can cover the important circulars that I'm frequently bringing on YouTube. That can be important, guys. Okay, the correct choice here is A, option A. Very good, Bhakti. Lower of 15% of free float or 65 times the average daily delivery volume. जिन लोगों के ऊपर से जा रहा है वो लोग प्लीज वाला वीडियो देख लेना, उसके बाद सब सेटल हो जाएगा. नेक्स्ट, फ्री फ्लोट प्लेज अ vital role in determining the MWPL, representing the portion of shares available for public trading. If a company has 1 crore shares, in total. These are the number of shares. The promoters are holding 60%. Then what will be the free float? Option A 1 crore, B 30 lakhs, C 40 lakhs, D 50 lakhs or E 60 lakhs. यार सीधी सी बात है, इन दोनों को तो मैं काट ही देता हूं, ठीक है. अब कंफ्यूजन बचना चाहिए ए, सी और ई के अंदर, राइट. इफ यू नो द मीनिंग ऑफ फ्री फ्लोट देन डेफिनेटली यू कैन आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन. इवन इफ यू डिडंट स्टडी द डेरिवेटिव वाला video, that circular related video, still you will be able to answer this question. This is a straight question. Very good, Anuj and Purushottam, very good. Okay, option C is the correct choice here. 1 crore shares, out of which 60% promoters are holding. The rest of the 40% we can call that available for publicly trading, which is also called as free float. They can freely float in the market. The name says it all. They can freely float in the market. सही है. अरे प्रमोटर के शेयर क्या मार्केट में थोड़ी बिकेंगे. मान लो मैं प्रमोटर हूं मेरी कंपनी का, तो मैं क्या बैठ के सुबह सुबह ट्रेडिंग थोड़ी करूंगा, राइट. रोज सुबह बैठ के कि चलो अभी बेच देते हैं, शेयर अच्छा चढ़ गया है, फिर वापस गिर गया, वापस खरीद लेते हैं. नो, आई वॉन्ट डू दैट. आई वॉन्ट डू द डे टू डे ट्रेडिंग, राइट. I am a promoter of the company. I cannot sell my shares immediately. So that's why the shares that are available for freely trading are nothing but free float. जो freely float कर पाए. नाम से आधी चीजें क्लियर हो जाती है, पता है. नहीं भी पढ़ी हो ना तो भी कैलकुलेटेड गेस से भी आराम से हो सकता है ना. जब भी कोई चीज टफ लगे या समझ में नहीं आया ना, तो ट्राई टू डिवाइड इट, ट्राई टू बाइफरकेट इट. हो सकता है वो चीज आ जाए. एंड फाइनेंस के अंदर ये बहुत बार होता है. ओके, सो 40 lakhs here is the correct choice. Next, when trading in a particular stock reaches the limit ban, मतलब 95% हिट हो गई, 95% हिट हो गई तो बैन लग गया. रेगुलेटर इम्पोज अ स्पेसिफिक restriction. What are traders allowed to do during the MWPN ban period effective from 1st of October 2025? Simple है, not so difficult. Even if you didn't cover the circular, no problem at all. Calculated guess लगाओ क्या होना चाहिए. अभी तो कोई नेगेटिव मार्किंग नहीं है यार, बताओ क्या होना चाहिए. There is no negative marking as of now, right? At least express your opinion so that I can know कि आप लोग guess कैसे करते हो. किसी चीज पे बैन लगा हुआ है, you have already exceeded or you are equal to 95% of the MWPL. So will they give you the chance to take new positions? No. टेकिंग डिलीवरी, अरे डेरिवेटिव के अंदर डिलीवरी कहां से आ गई, वहां तो मार्क टू मार्केट सेटलमेंट होता है, राइट. एग्जिट ऑल होल्डिंग्स, ठीक है, समझ में आ गया. एग्जिट ऑल होल्डिंग करोगे तो भी काम चलेगा. टेक इंट्राडे पोजीशंस ओनली, फालतू की बात है. टेक इंट्राडे पोजीशंस ओनली, उससे क्या होगा, बैन तो लगा हुआ है, बैन इज ऑलरेडी देयर. रिड्यूस द पोजीशन ओनली. So in the ban period you can only reduce your position, you cannot increase your position, or you can't take the delivery. It doesn't matter if you even take it, right. The correct choice here is option A. Very good, Aditya and Chetan. A calculated guess here. Okay, next, to improve transparency, SEBI has mandated the exchange to monitor the MWPL usage multiple times during the trading hours. Very important. From when the stock exchanges begin intraday monitoring of MWPL, at least how many times a day? अब यार ये तो गेस नहीं हो सकता, ठीक है. This can't be guessed. You need to read the circular. कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है. जिसने सर्कुलर रीड भी किया होगा वो भी इसको आंसर कर सकते हो. Even a one plain reading can definitely help you guys to gain 1 mark in the examination. The correct answer here is 4 times. Okay, option B. Option B is the correct choice here, 4 times. Okay, again a very simple. As per the new SEBI rule, exchanges can now choose only which days as expiry for the derivative contracts. Very simple. Yes, Tuesday and Thursday. Very good. Tuesday and Thursday. Next, India's tax collections are a key indicator of fiscal health and formal economic activity. What was the India's gross GST collection in May 2025, showing a year-on-year surge of 16.4%? Yes, Chetan. 4 रैंडम स्क्रीनशॉट्स हमने बहुत पहले भी पढ़ा था. आई थिंक 2 वीक्स या 3 वीक्स पहले हमने पढ़ा होगा, है ना. 4 रैंडम स्क्रीनशॉट्स. तब ये प्रपोजल न्यूज में था, उसके बाद ये कंफर्म सर्कुलर आ गया था. ओके, एट दैट टाइम व्हेन वी स्टडीड दिस इट वाज देयर इन द ड्राफ्ट सर्कुलर एंड नाउ इट इज अ कंफर्म्ड न्यूज. ओके, करेक्ट चॉइस हियर इज ऑप्शन सी, 2.01 lakh crore. ओके, next, India's digital payment landscape continues to witness a remarkable growth, showing a shift in the consumer behavior and financial inclusion. In May 2025, the UPI transactions recorded a year-on-year increase of how much, reaching 18.68 billion payments. अच्छा, you need to remember the data of the last few months, जो भी आपके RBI एग्जाम से पहले हो रहे हैं. अभी we are just inculcating a habit, ताकि आप लोगों को एक हैबिट हो जाए, है ना. 33%. वेरी गुड. 33% is the correct choice. Okay, next, tracking deposit trends provide a lens into consumers confidence and liquidity within the banking sector. According to the RBI data, what was the growth in the bank deposits in financial year 2025, marking a decline from financial year 2024? Correct choice here is option C. Okay, 10.6%. Very good. 10.6%. So आज का सेशन यहाँ कंप्लीट होता है. However, in every session we try to go the extra mile, and that's what we are going to do today as well. Okay, so have you guys learned about the cash flow statement? Do you guys have studied about the cash flow statement? Have you guys studied about it? So we'll be solving some questions related to cash flow statement. These are core numerical questions that I feel can be important for your examination as well. These are a moderate level question, not at all a easy level question. These are moderate level questions. So can you guys tell me the activities that are there in the cash flow statement? Yes, AS3, very good. There are 3 activities in the cash flow statement, right? Operating, investing activity, and financing activity. There are 3 activities, right? What we do here is we keep a track of all the activity to know the cash positions, right, of the business. So this particular statement is made on cash basis. This particular statement is known as a statement which is prepared on cash basis, right? This is the only financial statement that we are preparing on cash basis. Otherwise, every financial statement we are preparing on accrual basis only, right? So let's do a question related to cash flow statement. Here is the question: determine the cash flow from investing activities during the year based on the following. Cash flow from operating activities, they have given the cash flow from operating activities as 50,000. Cash flow from financing activities as 25,000. They have given you the net increase or decrease in the cash during the year, which is negative 40,000. That means it's the net decrease during the year in cash balance. Okay, tell me the correct answer. What should be the correct answer here? What do you think should be the correct choice here? Calculate the correct answer. Are you sure guys it's 1,15,000? Yes Chetan, negative 1,15,000. It is not 1,15,000. This is negative 1,15,000. Okay, this is negative 1,15,000. How? Look, cash flow statement is having three activities: operating activity, investing activity, and financing activity, right? So here they have provided us the balance of operating activity. So there is cash flow, which is a positive number. That means this is a cash inflow from operating activity, $50,000. Cash flow from financing activity, 25,000. Again, it's an inflow. This is an inflow. The balance is positive. This is also inflow. Still, the net cash position is negative 40,000. That means even if I total these, I'm getting a negative 40,000. So mathematically you can also evaluate it by keeping it as X, right? However, I don't like this X approach. ठीक है, मेरे को X word ही पसंद नहीं है mathematically. ठीक है, so what you can do here is these two positive numbers, ये दोनों पॉजिटिव होने के बाद भी आंसर को नेगेटिव लेके आ रहे हैं. दैट मीन्स दिस पर्टिकुलर इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी का आउटफ्लो ही इतना बड़ा है, इस पर्टिकुलर इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी का आउटफ्लो ही इतना बड़ा है कि दो पॉजिटिव फिगर्स होने के बाद भी, दो इनफ्लो होने के बाद भी इट्स एबल टू ड्राइव द आंसर इन द आउटफ्लो, राइट? आउटफ्लो इन दोनों का टोटल कितना होता है? 75,000. ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी प्लस फाइनेंसिंग एक्टिविटी का टोटल कितना होता है? 75,000, राइट? उसके बाद भी नेगेटिव 40,000 आ रहा है. मतलब 75,000 प्लस 45,000 का 40,000 करके देखो 1,15,000 आएगा. नेगेटिव 1,15,000 होगा तब जाके वो नेगेटिव 40,000 देगा तुमको, राइट? तब जाके वो नेगेटिव 40,000 देगा. सो दिस इज मोर ऑफ अ कॉमन सेंस वाला क्वेश्चन rather than a technical question. If you know the basic thing of the cash flow statement, that three activities are there, two activities are in the positive figures, that is cash inflow हो रहा है. However, the majorly net balance is a negative balance. That means the remaining activity is causing a outflow, a huge amount of outflow that is driving the entire balance as negative, right? अच्छा, next question is your homework. Okay, ये आपको होमवर्क करना है. सो आज के लिए इतना ही. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर द पार्टिसिपेशन गाइज. आई रियली enjoyed taking this class. Thank you so much. Bye bye, take care, and you can later on comment your suggestions in the comment section. Okay, not now, later on in the comment section, and definitely I'll give you the correct answer later on. Okay, on Monday I'll post the correct answer. Okay guys, thank you so much. Bye bye, take care. If you like my content, do hit the like button and do subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much. मिलते हैं अगले वीक किसी और सेशन में. Bye bye, take care.